How you doing, guys? It's your boy Nando, and this is the Pound for Pound Boxing Show, proudly sponsored by Bravos. I'm delighted to be joined by British and Commonwealth super welterweight champion himself, Sam Gilley. Sam, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I ain't British champion just yet, but I can't wait till I am. Um, yeah, just the Commonwealth for a minute, but yeah, I'm good. You?
All good, all good. Fight week is finally come. You've been out of the ring for a year. How's it feel that not only that you're fighting this Friday, but you're making your Queensbury debut? How much things have changed in a year that you've signed with Queensbury now? How's it feel? And you're headlining as well.
Yeah, I mean, it was the dream, really. I mean, when the British title was on the line, that was obviously that's the belt I've wanted since I was a kid. But now, unfortunately, that's not on the line. It's put a damper on it a little bit, but like now I've got my head around that. It's massive. I mean, if you'd have said to me after my last fight that I'd sign with Frank Warren, with what he's doing with everything in boxing with the Saudi stuff and the massive shows he's putting on over here as well, you can't ask for a better promoter at this time of my career when I'm going to be pushing for like pushing into the business end of my career now. So yeah, I couldn't really ask for much better than that.
Yeah, of course. And, the Mecca of British boxing as well, you're cool. I know you've had some great fights there as well. Does that make the situation even more sweet as well for Friday? I know you're not getting the fight that you wanted as well, but the fact that you're making your debut and you're getting your name out there as well.
Yeah, that's what it's about now. It's just about announcing myself as a Queensby fighter, showing them what I can do, and then like but making myself more of a product to put onto these bigger shows. Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, as much as I want it to be, because I've never had that arena feeling really. I've never walked out at an arena yet. Not one that's busy anyway. I mean, I've done the O2, but I think there was about 4 or 5 people in there when I've done that. And I've done Ali Pally, but again, it was quite early in the evening, so I'd like to do something like that. But York Hall's been like my home away from home. I mean, I've had pretty much like 80% of my fights there. So, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, York Hall's always a good night. So
Of course. And it's crazy, me and you have been ringside before at your call.
yeah,
Um, and we've spoken about Jack Mcgann in the past.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we all know that fight was eventually going to happen. But for it to happen last minute like this, did you ever think that your paths were going to cross? I know he was mandatory to fight you, but then he lost to Louis Greene as well. Did you think eventually your paths will cross?
not after what Louis done to him. No, because I thought after that I thought he was going to step up to middle. Because he's more suited to being up at middleweight because he's a big geezer. You know what I mean? Like it's a bit like when I was trying to do welter. Do you know what I mean? It was too much for me, and I just felt like that was one step too many for him coming down to our weight. So I thought he was going to go up to middle. So I thought that would be the last I've really heard of him, like in connection with me. But fair play to him. Listen, he's always in shape, so he's took the opportunity. And without him doing it, the show probably gets cancelled. So he saved a lot of people's jobs on Friday night. So fair play to him. Massive respect to him for taking it. Um, but yeah, I've just got to go and do my job now.
Of course, you're not one to ever trash talk against anyone, and you've always kept it respectful. But first of all, because a lot of people messaged me when it happened, when it was announced that Jack Mcgann was going to fight Louis Greene, and that's Green with an E, by the way. So you put me in
Yeah.
my place there. so so apologies to Louis there. But when that fight got made, was you shocked, like most people, that he was taking that risk, even though he's
Yeah.
mandatory to fight you?
Listen, Louis in a fight, Louis is the hardest person to ever punch me. Like so, and like I've said multiple times, he hit me in the first round, and I could not believe it was him. I thought someone had jumped in the ring and whacked me. I was like, mate, that is scary. But because they told us a couple of days earlier, because obviously I had the hand injury, so and then we're gonna bring someone in, and I was like, all right, and then they come up with Louis, and I was like, nah, I was like, you can't be like. Not for your foot. Like obviously, Jack's pretty much untested because he's boxed pretty much all lads on the road and foreigners and that. So for your first fight, So if someone like Louis, who's boxed at a higher level, even in the fights he's lost, he's been in there with some great kids. He's come up with, he's going to have so much more experience, stuff like that, which it's just a recipe for disaster. And it's the first time Jack's going to be hit by someone that hard. Do you know what I mean? And if you ain't got the experience to deal with it, like Louis buzzed me in the first round, but obviously I'm lucky enough that I've had the experience to deal with that situation. So we said to him not to take it, but they was adamant that they'd get him out of there early doors. But obviously, it didn't happen that way. But again, it shows Jack's got a lot of bottle. I mean, I can't fight, and he takes the geezer that I've just beat. So fair play to him again. He was unlucky that it didn't work out, but he's still got his shot. So here we are.
Did you back Louis for that fight?
Yeah, I think I won 50 quid on Squire Bet.
But did you know it was going to end like that? At least,
yeah,
by
not
the third
that
round.
quick. Not that quick. No. I didn't know the round up, but I had him. I think I had a score on him to win by knockout.
Okay.
But
yeah. But look, now Jack Mcgann is getting another opportunity at yourself. He's undefeated at your call. But can you see it? Well, not that as quick as Louis Greene, but can you see the same outcome?
Someone said that to me the other day. You're going to try and beat Louis' time. I thought, blimey, if I try and beat that, I'd have to knock him out before the fight. But no, I'm not going to. Listen, I'm not going to come off my game to try and beat what Louis done. That was like, obviously Jack was cold when he got hit with a shot. Like, so it can happen in our game. Do you know what I mean? Like, is every possibility. If I go out gun ho and I try and take Jack out in the first round, he could clip me. I'm cold and I could go as well. So you got to go. Listen, if it goes 12 rounds, it goes 12 rounds. But I do want to make a statement on my first Queensbury show. But I've just got to do it sensibly. I've got to do what I do best. And I do believe I will get him out of there.
Beating Jack Mcgann on Friday, would that now make, you're obviously still mandatory for the British, would that fight with Louis Greene get rescheduled, or would they have a look at mandatory wise who will be next?
I genuinely don't know at this point, because I don't want to say anything bad about the board or anything like that, because obviously I'm in a great position. But Jack was actually, when I was fighting Louis for the Commonwealth, Louis was mandatory for the British. So they didn't make me mandatory. They made Jack Mcgann mandatory. So me and Louis couldn't fight for the British. Then they made me and Jack, and obviously I couldn't do it because of the injury. So then they let Louis and Jack fight, but they didn't let that for the British. Then I was fighting Louis again, and Jack's come in, but they won't let me and Jack fight for the British. I'm like, it's the same three people. Just sanction it, and I'll fight Louis straight after. I don't get the whole just keeping the belt out of the picture kind of thing. But listen, I've wanted that belt since I've turned down 2 European title fights. I've turned down other fight offers. I've been out of the ring a year just purely because I wanted to fight for the British title. And I've done every step. I've done Southern Area, English, Commonwealth. If I'd never be able to. I'd wake up every morning and think about that if I didn't box for the British title at the end of my career. So I've turned down some good opportunities in a hope that I can fight for the British. And I mean, Jack, when the thing come out with Louis, I thought, well, at least it's against Jack, who's been made mandatory in the past, and they'll have no problem sanctioning him. And they didn't. So I don't know. So hopefully the fight with Louis will get rescheduled straight away. I think that's what come out in the circular the other day. It'll just be a rescheduled date. So hopefully I come out unscathed against Jack, and then I'll go into a third camp for Louis Greene.
Which isn't easy, is it? But
mate, I was saying the other day, I can't wait to not think about the geezer. Like, every day we go in the gym and we talk about Louis Greene. We get sparring partners based around Louis Greene, and I'm just like, as much as I like him, I don't like. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually a fan of Louis Greene. Like, he's a pot of fighting man. He goes in there and has it with anyone, and he always picks up a win away from home. Like, he's a proper fighting man, isn't he? So, but mate, I'm just sick of training for him. Do you know what I mean? And I thought after this one, at least we can close that chapter and move forward, and then start training around something else. But I've got to do it all over again. Obviously, I've got to beat Jack first, but you know what I mean?
Louis Greene will always be part of your life because every boxer has that special dancing partner. Obviously, you're still
Yeah.
young, you're still early in your career. Who knows what other big fights you're going to have and great fights? But you and Louis Greene will go down as one of the best British fights that we have ever seen in a long time. Last year's fight was just unbelievable, and he will always be part of your life, part of your career like that. So you look. Get this fight out of the way, and you know what? Hopefully, the British fans will get another great fight between you two.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, listen, as like and for the British title as well. I mean, we've done 12 rounds together, so it will gel instantly. I like going forward, so does Louis. So it's obviously I reckon it'll be better than the first one.
You think so?
Yeah, I reckon it'll be better than the first one. Yeah.
Maybe this is a way of, you know what, God saying it wasn't meant to be for your call. This is meant to be for a bigger arena.
Maybe this is what Rod said to me. He said it actually makes the fight bigger because obviously as long as I go out and do my job against Jack and do it in good fashion, like then you've got the comparison of the performances against Jack, and it could put it up to be an even bigger fight. So it could in the long run be a good thing.
A question I always wanted to ask you, Sam. We've seen obviously now Troy Williamson do. We saw Josh Kelly do in his last fight. Could we ever see you at 160? Do you think you could ever do that?
Well, 100%. So I said this fight was about the British title, and then after that, it's purely about pound notes for me because I could if I win the British, I could retire the next day a completely happy man with my boxing career because I only turned pro thinking I was going to win a Southern Area. So after that, like I got offered to fight Tyler Denny up at 160. Obviously, wow. I said no because I wanted to fight for the British. I got offered is it Abbas Barral? Is that how you pronounce his name? I don't want to pronounce his name wrong, but I got offered him as well. Said no to that because obviously we had the thing with Louis lined up, but obviously Sky just weren't giving us the dates. But yeah, after I want to win the British. So once I've done that, it's purely about the biggest fights, the biggest money, setting myself up. So I'm a big lad anyway. Like I could do fights at 160. As I get a little bit older, who knows? I could grow into a middleweight, but I'm comfortable down at super welter. So we'll have to wait and see. Whatever's got the most numbers on the end of it, after the British, then that'll be what's happening.
Well, look at the fights you can have at 160. Liam Smith, Josh Kelly, Chris Eubank, Denzel Bentley, even Tyler Denny. Like
you know what? I don't think I'd fight Denzel. Denzel's my pal.
Okay, forget Denzel then.
Mate, Denzel's my boy. We've been sparring together literally 3 times a week through like 2 camps now. Like we've been doing commentary together. Yeah, Denzel's bang on, man. Honestly, I don't think I could be that turn your fight head on against him. He's such a sound geezer.
You know what? Seeing as he's your pal, you could go get revenge for him against Nathan Heaney then.
Nathan, yeah, mate. Well, I mean, after the performance against Brad Pauls, I think he'll be going up to super middle. I don't think you'll be seeing Nathan Heaney down at middle again.
For sure. Before I let you go, Sam, what does it mean to you for the fans that are going to be coming to your call and tuning in to see your Queensbury debut on TNT Sport this Friday?
Well, I mean, so after this fell through the fight with Louis, I was half expecting a bit of mate, I can't make it now, blah blah blah. There has not been one person that's said I'm not coming now. So every single person that's bought a ticket, thank you so much. I will be repaying you with a good performance. Yeah, it means the world. Obviously, it's better for promoters to see fighters that can sell tickets. So it's doing me wonders. So yeah, I just can't wait. I'll see you all Friday night and let's go get another win.
You just said it at the end as well. You obviously believe in yourself that you're going to win. What's going to happen on Friday? How are you going to win? How's it going to go? You happy? Are you aiming for that KO or a win as a win for you?
Yeah, no, I want to take him out. Yeah, 100%. I want to take him out. I don't often say that, but I want to take him out 100%.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, May the best man win on Friday. I can't wait for this fight. It's a fight that me and you have been discussing with Warren Boxing Management, with Jack Mcgann, with all three of you. I've been discussing this fight for a long time. It's finally happening. It's a shame that it wasn't a fight that wasn't built up from the beginning, as in, you know, both having you've had a proper camp. I don't know about Jack, but...
Well, Jack was fighting on the same show. Jack was fighting on the same show, but he was fighting, obviously, Ryan Maycock over 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So, and that was up at middle as well. So, I mean, he's going to drop down a weight division and double his rounds up. But I can't. I'm still in the mindset that I'm fighting Louis Greene, a fit 12-round fighter. So I've got my head screwed onto that. But like I say, mate, fair play to him, because there's not a lot of lads that would have done that.
100%. Sam, listen, whatever happens on Friday, eventually, I hope you live your dream and become the British champion. You deserve it, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Take care, mate. Thank you for this interview, and I'll see you on Friday.
Cheers, mate. See you Friday.
Take care.
Bye.